Hey friends, welcome back to our series that we're calling Whittle Down Wednesdays because I post a video every Wednesday. Basically what we're doing is whittling down our pantry and our freezer, and I'll insert some videos here. We're doing this in order to save some money. We want to go on this fun, unique trip out west this fall, but we don't want to go in debt for it. So we're trying to whittle down our pantry and freezer to save some money. By doing this, we're going to spend less at the grocery store each week. And if you've been following along, we have been doing it. We've been spending at least half the amount of what we normally spend on groceries each week. So that's been so great for us. This is a great way for you to pay for any of those little incidentals, those things that life throws at you all of the time. Like, let's say you needed a car repair. If you had a stocked up pantry or freezer, you could spend less at the grocery store that week in order to pay for that car repair. So I always like to stock up in the fall. It's just something I've been doing for years and years. I like to fill the pantry and the freezer with things we think we'll eat for most of the winter and maybe even into the spring and summer, just so we have it on hand. What it's great for is that you can then use those items on weeks where you want to save some money. You can just pull things out of your pantry, or maybe you're too busy to get to the grocery store, or any of those reasons, you'll have that food on hand. So that's what we like to do. And now we're just whittling that down for the next few weeks until we go on this trip in order to save some money. But also, I didn't buy all this food. I didn't stock up to throw it away or to waste it. So I want to use it before it gets expired. Now, I don't mind eating something that's a little bit expired. That's certainly fine, but I don't want it to go to waste. I really don't. This week, you'll see something did go to waste, and that's my bad. I should have used it up before it got too old, but that happens. That's reality, and I'm not going to hide it from you guys. I'm actually going to show it to you. I let something get too old and freezer burned, and it was no good, but you'll see that coming up. You'll see 7 days of suppers and then a little bonus, and then stay tuned because there is a fun fast food video here, and then we also will show you the grocery haul and then how much we saved, and this has been our best week yet, and then I'll tell you also how much we saved so far. So keep on watching and you'll see all of those things. Day 1, and we're enlisting the hubby to help make supper. He bought a bread maker last year and he's been making bread, so we're going to have him make us a loaf of bread. If you follow our page or you know anything about us, my husband is legally blind. He has lost all his peripheral vision and only has some small central vision. So things like this are difficult, but he really tries hard to help out around the house. So he can add all the ingredients to the bread maker. You'll see here it's a little bit tricky for him to see all the numbers and push the buttons, but he's able to do it. So he got a loaf of bread cooking in that bread maker for us for supper. Now, after that was done, I did pull it out because it is hot and I didn't want him to burn his fingers getting that out. But look at how nice and golden brown that bread looks. I love when he makes bread in the bread maker. And since we have so much bread flour in the cupboard, why not make homemade bread instead of buying it from the grocery store? Now I'm going to use up all those fresh veggies that I got at the farm stand, and I'm going to make this cheesy zucchini bake. I've been having this since I was a kid. It's delicious and nostalgic for me. If you guys want the recipe, it is out on our YouTube channel and I can link it in the comments below. I also have this ham in the fridge and it is going to expire in just a few days. So I'm going to make some ham and cheese sandwiches using that homemade bread that William just made. This was such a good look at that zucchini bake. It almost forms like a soup. I absolutely love it. This was a perfect meal for day 1. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of bonus footage. You saw last week, if you watched the video, that we went to the farm stand and I bought 2 dozen ears of corn. I shucked all that corn and then boiled it up, and I'm going to cut it all off the cob. This is going to go in the freezer so that we have fresh corn throughout the winter. Now, you know I'm trying to whittle down my freezers and my pantry, but you can't help it when you have this good fresh corn in season to put a few things back in. So I'm going to be okay with that. And I got 7 bags of corn from those 2 ears, and that only comes to $2 per bag, and we will have nice fresh sweet corn in the freezer for the winter. I was super happy about this. It was easy. I just put it in bags, squeezed out all the air, labeled it, and put it in the freezer. Now, day 2, we're scrounging around again for some mystery meat. I'm pulling out this taco chili I made last month. This was so delicious as chili, but you guys, this was my favorite meal of the week, and actually probably one of my favorite meals I've made in so long. I'm going to definitely make more taco chili because it was good, but this was delicious. I just used some of that lettuce that I bought last week. I scrunched up some Doritos in this baggie so I didn't get orange fingers, of course. And then I just put the taco chili on top. It was so good. It has the meat and the beans and the sauce. It's everything all in one. It was so good. And then I put a little bit of cheddar cheese on top, put some sour cream on top of mine, and so good. My favorite meal of the week. I really, really want to make this one again. Now we are on to day 3. We're back down in the freezer and we are going to pull out some dinner rolls. These Rhodes rolls have been in the freezer for a long time, and I was a little bit nervous about them because when I was putting them on the tray, they were a little frosty. They had kind of chunks of ice on them, and I was a little bit nervous about those. But I'm going to make some breadsticks using these cheese sticks. So let's get those cut up. And once the rolls rise, I'm going to throw them away because they didn't rise. They have freezer burn, and I'm sorry, but I had to waste them. That's what I'm trying to avoid. But we're going to pivot, and I'm going to use this puff pastry dough instead for what I was going to do. I'm going to make some little puff pastry pizzas instead of the cheesy breadsticks I had planned to make. But that happens. That is real life. And unfortunately, I just didn't get to those breadsticks soon enough. So we're going to bake these in the oven. I have never made anything with puff pastry dough. I had no idea what to expect. They turned out pretty good. I don't think I would make them again. I really want to use that puff pastry dough for something sweet like a dessert. So that's what I'll do with the second sheet. But here's some leftover lettuce from our taco salads, and that was dinner on day 3. Now, since I was a little bit disappointed about the cheesy breadsticks, thankfully we redeemed the night by pulling out some leftover birthday cake from William's birthday last week. So that made a perfect dessert for our pizza night. Now we're on to day 4, and we're going to pull this corned beef brisket out of the freezer. Here is a pro tip. Right after St. Patrick's Day, scoop up those corned beef briskets that are on sale. Put them down in your freezer, and they last for so long. We still have a few more down there. I'm going to slather this up with a little bit of mustard. Now, I usually bake these, but it's been really hot this summer, so we're going to put it in the crock pot. And this is the first time I've ever done it, but this is how I always make my corned beef. I put mustard on it like a binder, and then about 3 tablespoons or so of brown sugar, and I just pat that down. It's not going to be overly sweet. It's really not going to be sweet at all. You got to trust me on this one. It's similar if you put a sweet rub on a pork roast out on the smoker. Now look at that. When it came out, I just sliced it up, and we are going to serve that along with some fried cabbage. So I got this cabbage at the farm stand last week, and I'm just going to slice it up into little bitty pieces, and I fried it on the stove in some butter. I used some more of that Kinder's buttery steakhouse seasoning. I've been putting that on everything. I absolutely love it. I also sliced up a tomato, got that at the farm stand last week too. Sometimes it's so nice just to have tomatoes on the side in the summer. So we used some of that leftover bread that William made, fresh in the bread maker, the fried cabbage, the tomatoes, and the corned beef, and this was such a delicious meal. Guess where we're at today? William's in the backseat because my mom's over here, but we are at Sonic trying the Big Dill combo. This is a pickle slush. Look at all the little pickled bobas in there. I've been so excited to try this. I'm trying this first. It's lime and pickle juice.
That makes sense because they call it a pickle Rita.
Ooh, that is good. It's very lime with just like a hint of pickle. What do you think?
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know if it'd be my go-to.
I need to get one of those bobas in here.
Might be refreshing in the summer though, like this.
Yep, that's good. That is fun. Okay, I ordered tots but they gave me both tots and fries. These are the pickle flavored ones, so that's fine, whatever. We're gonna try them both. It's like a regular tot, but it's got like sprinkles on it. I really don't taste a whole lot of pickle on that. I mean, I see there's like dill in there, but it's just good, like a tot. Maybe a little ranchy flavor. And then the fries, these look like they have a lot more of the pickle stuff on them. Here you go, honey. It reminds me just of like a ranch. A little bit pickly, but not overpowering. It's really good.
A little touch of tang, but yeah, tasty.
And then I got the pickle burger. I don't know what's so special about this. It has pickles and some kind of sauce. Do you know if it has a name, honey?
I don't know.
Here we go. This is gonna be a mess, so sit back and watch. No, of course they didn't give us napkins.
It's just kind of Big Mac-y, that sauce.
It's just good. I don't know what's pickle about it, but it is really, really good. I'm definitely gonna wash it down with this.
Pickle-rita.
I would give this meal 10 out of 10.
Really?
I would definitely have this again. Everything's good. It's just all good. What about you?
Probably 8 out of 10. It's all pretty good. Could have had more flavor in the tots. They were fried perfect though. Really crunchy.
Yeah, really good. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, go Sonic.
Now we're on to day 6 and we're going to use up the corned beef that we had a couple days ago. So I had a little bit of sauerkraut left in the refrigerator. Did you guys know that lasts for months, just like pickles? I had no idea, but I do now, and we had some left over. So I'm using these spinach lavish wraps. And if you haven't seen me use these before, these are like a flatbread. We got a whole bunch from a Ruby's Pantry haul. If you haven't seen the Ruby's Pantry videos, you should check out our channel. It's where you pay $25 a share and you get manufacturer's overages or close dated items. You get about $100 to $150 worth of food for $25. Anyway, sometimes you get weird things that you normally would not eat, like these lavish wraps. But anyway, I put some Swiss cheese, all the things to make a Reuben on those lavish wraps, put that in the oven. I threw some fries in the air fryer, and now I'm making this sauce to go on top of that Reuben. I just went out online and found a recipe with some horseradish and mayonnaise and Worcestershire and ketchup and just mix that all together. Now you can see when these came out, that Swiss cheese is all nice and melty. Everything is warm. I'm going to just put on some of this sauce and then we're going to fold these up. These were so delicious. I can't even explain it. I have a lot more of these lavish wraps left, so I will be making some more things on them, but I love experimenting with them. You can find them in the grocery store. I haven't seen the spinach. I've only seen the regular, but you can't even taste the spinach in these. They just taste like a regular wrap. Of course, French fries on the side because we have so many bags full from our Ruby's Pantry grocery hauls.
Reuben creation, kind of. It's a spinach lavish wrap with our leftover corned beef, some sauerkraut, some Swiss cheese, and Sarah's own secret sauce. So let's see. That's really good. It's very much like a Reuben.
And it's like so juicy.
It reminds me, remember our little local Irish restaurant? They have the Reuben egg rolls.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, it's good. Now it's day 7 and we're going to use some of this rotisserie chicken from Costco. Now I don't think I showed buying this because we took our son to Costco for his birthday. I know that sounds awful, but for his 30th birthday, we let him have a little bit of a spending spree at Costco for his gift, and we did pick up this rotisserie chicken. So I'm gonna make some chicken salad out of it, and I don't know why, but I love
grapes in my chicken salad. So I added a little mayonnaise and some more of that buttery steakhouse seasoning, and I made some chicken salad. And then for the rest of this, I'm gonna bag it up, squeeze out all the air, label it, date it, and put it in the freezer to make a couple other meals out of it. This chicken from Costco is so good. Now I had these 3 rolls left in the freezer, and I'm gonna make some garlic bread out of them. Well, it's not garlic bread, it's just toasted bread with, guess what, you guys? Buttery steakhouse seasoning, because I've been putting that on everything. I put those in the air fryer just enough to get a little bit warm. I didn't want to toast them because the bread is kind of dry anyway, but I'm gonna make my chicken salad right on top of these breads. This is the last bit of buns I've had from Walmart, thankfully, because they're starting to dry out even though they've been in the freezer. But that means I didn't waste them, so that is a plus. And then I have some of these Cajun chips. These came in a Ruby's Pantry haul too, so we're going to have that on the side. And this was the last meal of the week.
Just got home with the Walmart groceries, and this week we saved so much. But part of it's because we're going out of town for 4 days for our family reunion, so we just aren't going to have as many suppers at home. But that's great. That's still a way to save money, right? So I'll bring you closer so you can see everything here. This was exactly, I'm surprised, but exactly $80. So I'll show you, we kept with the fresh item kind of theme that we've been going with, and I'll bring you closer and show you everything we got. Okay, here we are, $80 worth of groceries. Sticking with the theme of just getting fresh stuff or things that I'm going to use with my pantry items. So we'll start here. I got pepperoni, and back there we have some creamy melt mozzarella cheese. That is for our Wednesday pizza night. So we're gonna definitely use some things up with that. William wanted to try this Halo Top strawberry ice cream. Some cottage cheese, a loaf of bread, some lettuce we're gonna use on wraps this week. I got a butter pecan creamer, some almond bries and Pepsi, that's William's favorites. Got our guinea pig some lettuce, but we also got him some grape tomatoes because he does love those. Some Core Power, of course we get this every week, and we also put it in our smoothies, so that's a weekly item. I'm gonna use these pecan pralines for our recipe that I'm actually making tonight, so you'll see that one. Baking soda, heavy whipping cream, that's just to put in coffees. Cantaloupe, and then some really green bananas, and then 2 of these Kinder's marinades. So I'm gonna make some teriyaki chicken next week, and I'm gonna make some buffalo wraps next week. So I've never tried those. I'll let you know how they turn out. But even for such a small grocery haul, $80, I'm happy with it, and we saved a lot of money this week.
So I always like to remind you that the USDA estimates that an average family spends $240 to $300 per week on groceries. Our grocery budget is $250, but that does include some toiletries, paper goods, and some pet food for 3 adults. We only spent $80 at Walmart this week for a savings of $170. That means $671.72 so far.
Thanks for watching. Can you believe how much money we have saved so far? We are doing so well. We have a few things booked for our trip already, and we're getting really excited. We're going out west, and it's going to be such a unique trip. The places we're staying are the unique ways, and it's going to be kind of historical, and I don't know, I don't want to spoil it too much, but we're going to take you along for that too, because I'm actually going to make some recipes and take them with us to have out, I'll just say on the prairie, and then I'll give you that little hint, but it should be fun. I'm super excited about it. I think we're saving so much money. Now next week's going to be a little bit different. We're traveling, but we're going to bring you along, and you guys can see the spread that William's mom makes every year for this family reunion. You won't believe it. You especially won't believe the desserts, but we'll show you what they are, and maybe I can get her to show you what they are, but it should be fun. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.